Kleschka Picks Week 9. Why am I celebrating? Because for the first time ever, my previous picks from Week 8 were all correct. I went undefeated last week, so that's pretty awesome. I still have yet to guess a score exactly right, but hopefully that'll happen one day, maybe this week. But let's get underway. Alright, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, that is the Thursday night football game. The trade deadline is actually today when I'm filming this, Halloween. And yeah, there were a lot of trades. I usually never see trades in football. This is probably the first time I've actually seen like big major trades, like a few of them. Jay Ajayi got traded to the Eagles. Dwayne Brown got traded to the Seahawks. Thank you. We so needed a good lineman to protect Russell Wilson, so that's great. Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers, and this Bills team just acquired Kelvin Benjamin from the Panthers. They lost Sammy Watkins and just could not face the fact that they had a wide receiver with no dreads. So they went and got Kelvin Benjamin. They just missed the dreads. But anyways, they're playing the Jets. And the Jets actually, they compete against teams like you'd expect. Oh, it's the Jets. They got no chance. But they've actually been pretty competitive this year. But I don't think they're going to win this game. The Bills have been a great team this year. But like I said, I still think the Jets will be competitive. I think the Bills, however, will win 24-20. The Falcons and the Panthers. Perfect example. The Jets kind of gave the Falcons a pretty good game last week. And the Panthers beat the Buccaneers, only holding them to a field goal. And Atlanta's just struggling with this new offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan just can't seem to be the Matt Ryan he was last year with Kyle Shanahan. Cam and the Panthers have been up and down, up and down. You don't know what Panthers team you're going to get, but same thing with the Falcons. However, I think the Falcons have the better offense. I think playing a familiar opponent in the Panthers, they play them every year twice, will help that. I could see the same thing for the Panthers, though. But I think the Falcons, just with Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, and like I said, the Panthers just traded away their best receiver. So I think it's going to be a while until they adjust to life without him. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Falcons will win 27-24. The Texans and the Colts. The Colts played the Bengals last week and only lost by a point. And Houston played my Seahawks, and that was a shootout. Oh my God, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just touchdown this, touchdown Seahawks, touchdown Texans. But we ended up winning, thank God. And, however, I'm not going to deny Houston is a great team. Like Russell Wilson said, just give him Rookie of the Year already. And by him, I mean Deshaun Watson. And I think he's going to have an easy game against the Colts. I think the Texans will win 30-17. All right, we have ourselves a battle of the Jungle Cats. The Bengals and the Jaguars. The Jaguars have been an impressive team this year, doing things that a lot of people didn't think we would see. And the Bengals they've been kind of just like in the middle. But they did get a win last week against the Colts, but that's not a tough team to beat right now. Jacksonville has a great defense lately, and I feel like they'll give them a run for their money. I think Jacksonville will win 23-20. My Seahawks against the Washington Redskins. The Redskins lost to the Cowboys, their division rival. My Seahawks, like I said, we had that shootout with the Texans, and I think the Seahawks are going to win this one. I think Russell Wilson's starting to get to his midseason form where he plays like a god and looks good. He doesn't struggle. Plus, Dwayne Brown on the offensive line is just, that is great. Like, honestly, I think the Seahawks will win 30-17. The Buccaneers and the Saints. The Buccaneers were only held to a field goal last week, and the Saints, they won basically without Drew Brees. He didn't throw any touchdowns. He had almost 300 yards. I think he had 299. Yeah, Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, they got the job done. It was a run game. Kind of upset me, though, because Drew Brees is my fantasy quarterback, so I kind of needed some touchdowns from you, buddy, but whatever. And, yeah, I think the Saints are going to win this one. They look good this year. Their defense isn't terrible like it's been in the past. The Buccaneers have so many injuries, and that's why they've been losing some of their games. And like I said, with a great offense led by Drew Brees and with their defense actually giving them a chance, I think the Saints will win this game 28-20. All right, both of these teams had a bye week last week, so I have nothing about the previous week. It's the Rams and Giants. The Giants have struggled all season. The Giants could be a way better team, but you know they lost Odell, and they've lost more than that. But in the Rams have been impressive. The Rams have scored like 30-plus points many times this season. Todd Gurley's looking like Todd Gurley, And Jared Goff isn't being that bad of a QB this year. With that said, with the struggling Giants team and a very impressive Rams team, I think the Rams will win 33-17. The Broncos and the Eagles. The Eagles, who did they play last week? I should know this. They beat the 49ers. They easily beat them 33-10. And then the Broncos lost to the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Chiefs are a very good team this year. Broncos, Trevor Siemian is doing very bad. You guys got to figure something out. I don't know what, but like, it's not working. However, Denver's defense is still a good defense, but the Eagles are just right in this year and having a great season. I think they will get past the Denver defense, and I don't think Denver's offense is going to have enough to keep up with them. So I see the Eagles winning 20-13. The Titans and the Ravens. Ravens shut out the Dolphins last week. Not just that, they obliterated them 40-0. And then the Titans had a bye week last week. I think the Ravens are right in a hot hand right now. I think they're very confident after last week. The Titans, their run game is struggling a little bit this year. They're trying to figure out who's going to be their main back in Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray. Mariota has been okay this season. However, in the end, I think Baltimore will win 27-20. All right, the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to win this game with Jimmy Garoppolo in his first game as a 49er. I think this will be their first one of the year. Carson Palmer's out for season, broken arm. David Johnson is still out. Their whole offense is basically gone. And yeah, so that is the main reason I think the 49ers will win this game. And especially with Jimmy Garoppolo, who looked good in those games he played for Tom Brady last season. And I think it's going to be high scoring because I think these defenses are going to give up points. But in the end, I think the 49ers will win 30-23. The Chiefs and the Cowboys. This is going to be a good game. Ezekiel Elliott is once again up for suspension. Will he be able to play? I do not know as I film this. The Chiefs, they won last week. They've had a great season. And without Ezekiel Elliott, that's what I'm saying right now because this is the third time it's up for suspension. And I think without Ezekiel Elliott, I think Dak Prescott, they're going to have to rely heavily on him. And I don't think that'll allow them to get the win because I feel like with this Chiefs team that he's going to have to compete very, very hard to keep up with them. And I just see the Chiefs winning 24-20. All right, the Raiders and the Dolphins. Dolphins were embarrassed last week on Thursday Night Football. The Raiders lost to the Bills. Like I'm saying, Bills are having a good season. The Raiders, they're not a bad team though. Derek Carr, Marshawn Lynch, Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, good offense. Their defense is pretty good too. Khalil Mack, they've got other names on there. The Dolphins, they just, I don't see them beating the Raiders. I think the Raiders are the better team, and I think they'll win 31-13. And finally, the Lions and the Packers. Lions and Packers have had many good games in the past, but I don't see the Packers winning with Brett Hundley at QB. Matthew Stafford is a gunslinger. They need to use that, take advantage of that. The Packers are an okay defense, but in the end, with a Aaron Rodgers-less Packers team, you already saw them struggle once with Brett Hundley. And I think the Lions will come out the winner 24-14 for the final. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. My record is 77-42 after my undefeated week last week. Yeah, so like this video, subscribe to the Kleschka Crew if you haven't. I'll see you in week 10. Audio Jungle.